Years ago, I had a friend who had a plate in his head, and if he got too close to the microwave, his eyes would blink.
Would he piss his pants and forget who he was for a half hour?
No, but
If I get if this gets dented, my hair just won't look right.
yeah, because I part
All
my.
right, so we gotta let you, Pete. Why don't you get into the chat there? We
That's
are
where
live
I'm
streaming
going.
to YouTube.
Wow.
How the fuck do I want to share this? Want to copy this link?
That's
go
when I
here.
have a notification about the YouTube live. All right.
So you usually
All right, I'm cursing up a storm already.
drop it on the Facebook page, and I would say you could go and comment on my earlier post on the website and drop it there.
Hang on. All right, so Media Virus Network, I'm sharing it.
Whoa, sorry. Hold on.
So you usually
I'm cursing up a storm already.
drop it on the
I'm
Facebook.
getting a lot of slap back. Are you guys getting slap back?
I'm hearing it.
You're hearing all the slap back?
No. I had my computer was talking. I had to mute it.
Oh, that's you.
That was me. That was me. That's what I was. I was
See,
like,
I'm trying to do things, and you're fucking. I'm cursing again. I can't. How do I
Get yourself a swear jar, Maddie.
posts?
Bastards.
How do I?
I don't know.
I want to post to this stupid.
Here's the chat.
Just getting on my nerves, dude.
Staff writer Bill's kind of a turd, by the way,
Why?
because he read the message I sent within seconds,
Yeah.
and I've yet to hear from him.
Oh yeah. Look,
He left you. He left you on red.
He did. Yeah,
Oh no, he read it.
That's what I'm saying. He left you on red.
He read it, and then
He read it, and then nothing. He didn't respond to it. I do that to people all the time, and I don't mean to do it.
Oh wait. Oh no, that wasn't.
What? All right, I'm posting it to my page, and let me see if I can. Pages. Switch now.
Oh, and
there we go. I got it. I'm not.
Make sure you use the post.
My parents had me tested, and I said I'm not.
Make sure you use the post button, because your Merry Christmas post was saved as a draft. I didn't find that till today.
Oh shit. Oh well. Okay, so it's not.
You got to make sure you post and not save as a draft. Otherwise, nobody gets to see it.
All right, except you later. All right. Okay. So let me see if I can.
Because I don't have you set for moderation, so you can post direct.
All right. All right.
Half left.
Oh wow, that took forever.
He's leper.
But I didn't post to the website. I forgot. I posted to the thing.
And maybe I'll be able to get it when you said you put it on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll find it there, and I'll move it over once we get started.
All right.
Huh. I usually get a notification when you post something. Facebook was like, he's talking to him. I don't need to give you that. I don't need to show you that. You're talking to him already. All right. Shall we?
Indeed.
Indubitably.
This week on the Media Virus Podcast, teabagging could help adults raise activity levels to achieve health goals. Andrew Tate arrested in Romania on human trafficking charges after engaging in a Twitter battle with a high school girl that tweeted mean things about him. Hooters is reportedly rebranding because millennials are not as interested in boobies as were previous generations. All this, the predictions of Nostradamus, more news, more curated TikTok nonsense in Maddie's TikTok Nonsense Corner, and just the tips on this, the 113th episode of the Media Virus Podcast. It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us with executive producer Mike Latoris. We're going to start over. BBC correspondent Stanley McFadden.
Makes me tingly in an unfamiliar way.
Grease Monkey Pete.
Damn, Big Daddy.
Here's the thing about the Media Virus Podcast. It's really well done.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Let's Point and Laugh at the World Burning Around. Executive producer Mike Latoris.
Hot damn, do we have a show for you people this week? I am Matty Rockdeff. Welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. You know, it's the new year. This is the first show of 2023. And like clockwork, I'm hearing a lot of people talking about, oh, new year, new me. And, you know, spouting out their New Year's resolutions. Mike, did you hear any of that?
I did. I heard all of it. You heard all the New Year's resolution stuff. And yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys have any New Year's resolutions?
Well, I'm just going to try and do the show better.
Try and do the show better.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Pete. You gonna try and do the show better? Or you got any other resolutions?
Let's see. Resolutions. Nah, I haven't done resolutions for the last few years. I'm just gonna try to get a bunch of stuff that I want to get done.
That's okay. Well, yeah, that's part of my New Year's resolutions. But continue to do like the small changes that I've been making and building upon those habits. Like I never once in my entire life thought that I could give up smoking. I mean, I tried a couple times and I just unable to do it. But on the 8th of this month will be the anniversary of my last cigarette. And that got me to look at booze differently. You know, so when it was time for me to give up coffee because of the ulcer, I had, you know, the actual resolve that I knew that I could do it. And I've been experiencing a lot of benefits from the adaptogenic mushroom drink, like the one you see on TikTok. And if Mudwater wants to sponsor me, I'll be happy to try their product. Now I mix my, mushroom superfood mix with a yerba mate and black tea.
Well, how about you?
Yeah, but I don't.
Aren't you, Mr. Fancy Pants?
I absolutely am, but I don't think that that's the type of tea bag they're talking about in our next story.
Well, no, it isn't. They're talking about an entirely different kind of tea bag. And apparently adults could achieve physical activity targets by walking teabag style for a few minutes each day. Adults could achieve global physical activity targets by walking inefficiently for just a few minutes each day, finds a study in the Christmas issue of the BMJ.
Now, for those of you that don't know what a tea bag is, that is if you have your friend laying on the ground, the idea is to expose your testicles, which is the tea bag. And then you're aiming for his forehead. So what you need to do is just bend your knees in such a manner that the middle of you would just come straight down. Is the idea of a tea bag. So walking, you can imagine trying to drag your genitals on your friend's forehead while you're walking. That's what they're telling you to try to do.
Well, not exactly, because global rates of physical inactivity have not budged in the past 20 years, despite campaigns to increase physical activity and boost cardiovascular fitness in adults. The inefficient walking styles of Mr. Teabag and Mr. Pooty, acted by John Cleese and Michael Palin in the 1971 Monty Python Ministry of Silly Walks sketch, have been shown to be more viable than usual walking, but their energy expenditure has never been measured.
That is
To fill
fascinating.
this vital research gap, a team of U.S. researchers set out to compare the energy expenditure of low-efficiency walking with high-efficiency walking. Their findings are based on data from 13 healthy adults, 6 women and 7 men, aged 22 to 71, with an average age of 34, with no history of heart or lung disease and no known gait disorder. Height and body weight were measured, and each participant was shown the video of the Ministry of Silly Walks sketch before performing 3 walking trials, each lasting 5 minutes, around an indoor 30-meter course. In the first trial, participants walked their usual style at a freely chosen pace. For the next 2 trials, participants were asked to recreate, to the best of their ability, the walks of Mr. Teabag and Mr. Pooty that they had seen in the video. Distance covered during the
Sounds so painful.
Please let there be video.
Distance covered in the 5-minute walks was used to calculate average speed, oxygen uptake, energy expenditure, and exercise intensity. The amount of calories expended per minute of physical activity were also measured. Researchers found that only the teabag walk resulted in a significantly higher energy expenditure of about 2.5 times than usual walking. So teabagging is the way to go, folks. Teabagging is the way to go. And if you'd like to see it, I can share a bit of the sketch here.
You hear me at all?
I can hear you.
Loud and clear, dude.
God, it's turned down all the way. I don't know why you can hear me.
I don't either.
What's turned down?
Mic. I had the mic turned down all the way.
Well, maybe you're missing something. So you'll notice that I've got John Cleese queued up on screen right now. And we'll go full swan. I don't want to go too far into it because they'll pull the video down if somebody realizes that we're using it. But that is Mr. Teabag. John Cleese played Mr. Teabag. That's his goofy walk, and they say that it helps.
It raises your energy expenditure.
Yes, it which takes away from your inactivity.
Somebody had to do research to know that if you do something less efficiently, it takes more energy.
Well,
holy fuck! I have spent my entire life looking for the most efficient way to do something. half of my executive dysfunction comes from, no, there's an easier way to fucking do that. There's an easier way to do that. There's an easier way to do that.
There's got to be an easier way.
There's no way this is the way to fucking do this.
Well, as you may have noticed, Mr. Teabag's walk definitely would create human traffic on the sidewalk. But that's not the kind of human trafficking that Andrew Tate is having trouble with right now. He was detained in Romania on human trafficking and rape charges. The misogynist influencer has picked a public fight with Greta Thunberg, whose small dick energy retort became one of the most liked tweets of all time. A Twitter spat that misogynist social media personality Andrew Tate started with a 19-year-old.
I like how they keep mentioning that he's a misogynist.
Well,
it's like they can't just like say it once. They got to say it in front of every time they mention him.
Probably, yeah.
You know what I mean? First of all, not for nothing, most of the time he's right. But the second of all, if he actually released a video, they let him out.
Uh-huh.
When you get busted for human trafficking, they don't let you out if they have strong evidence against you. And basically, he explained that it was some chick whose boyfriend saw her on Instagram at a party, called her. She said, "Oh, I'll call you back. I really don't want to be here." So he called. So he was living in like Oklahoma. He called the Romanian embassy.
Okay.
And then by the time they showed up, they had the closed cap. He has cameras everywhere.
Right.
So they see her walking around eating pizza. They showed her they're leaving in a cab. No fucking problem. And they let him out. I mean, but I like how they, there's people are still pushing that narrative forward that,
Well, they
he picked a fight with a little snot-nosed bitch.
Uh-huh.
And
he had
somebody
to pay.
orchestrated somebody orchestrated some kind of bullshit to get him. I mean, come on. Seriously, did anybody look at that and go, yeah, that's legit? I mean, honestly, seriously, all the people, everybody that said, oh, the Hunter Biden's laptop is completely fake are the ones saying this is completely legit. Get fucked. Nobody thinks of any, dude, nobody fucking puts any like real thought into anything anymore. You just, you see what you're fucking told and you go, okay.
Well, yeah,
that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it shouldn't make sense to me. But I mean, that's the way we train people to consume media. We're the difference. We don't consume media that way, and we don't expect our fan base to consume media that way. But I do expect them to get to hear what I have to say about it, which was the 19-year-old climate activist Greta Thunberg over his masculinity. I'm going to start that over because I just started in the middle of a sentence. Twitter spat that social media personality Andrew Tate started with 19-year-old climate activist Greta Thunberg over his masculinity this week ended when he and his brother Tristan were detained in connection with human trafficking and rape charges in Romania on Thursday, according to local media and police. Tate taunted Thunberg on Twitter about the carbon emissions of his 33 cars, to which Thunberg replied with a joke about his small dick energy that became one of the most liked tweets of all time. Tate then posted a humiliating 2-minute video of himself smoking a cigar in a robe and insisting that he was not at all owned by the teenager. Though some speculated authorities were tipped off to his whereabouts due to the pizza boxes he prominently featured in the video, a Romanian official on Friday told the Associated Press the claims were funny, but denied that the pizza gave him away. Police raided his villa and detained the Tate brothers on suspicion of sex trafficking. Semaphore reported that the suspects allegedly used a lover boy method to lure victims into marriages and then sexually and mentally abuse them to perform exploitive videos, according to what authorities said. Jezebel reported in August that educators are concerned that Tate's views are worming their way into young boys' minds.
Yeah, they are.
Roland May Banting described him thusly. The 35-year-old British-American schemer and self-described misogynist, yes, you read that right, is a former professional boxer who appeared on the 2016 season of Big Brother before he was kicked off after a video surfaced of him hitting a woman with a belt. He and the woman later said the interaction was consensual, not abusive.
Oh, shit.
Over the last 6 years, he's amassed 11.6 billion TikTok views, 4.7 million Instagram followers, and multiple appearances on vlogs and podcasts, giving him a horrific reach for his content. His greatest hits include the following: saying women shouldn't drive, comparing women to dogs, viewing his girlfriends as monetary assets, and claiming women should bear responsibility for being raped. In early August, The Guardian reported that Tate is being investigated on human trafficking, which he has denied, and rape allegations in Romania, where he lives in a mansion with his brother. In April, the home was raided by police in a search of an American woman allegedly held against her.
Oh, then that's the story they were talking about.
Income-wise, Tate ran Hustlers University 2.0, upgraded to Hustlers University 3.0 on Monday, and a modern wealth creation course that promises its more than 100,000 users, many of whom are young men, hacks on how to make $10,000 a month per The Guardian for the low price of $49.99 per month. On Friday, Thunberg archly commented on the situation. This is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes. I mean, that's kind of funny, right?
I mean, not for nothing, but I'm going to say this. You read that Greta Thunberg was 19 years old?
That's what it says.
That girl turned 18. Not one man on the internet gave a fuck.
No.
That says how ugly that girl is.
I mean, honestly.
Not one dude gave a shit as she turned 18. I remember it being the biggest deal. Like I remember the Olsen twins. I remember hearing everyone make a joke about when the Olsen twins turned 18. I mean, this is when they were young, you know. And maybe that jokosphere has slowly moved out of the zeitgeist.
Yeah, I think it has.
But I mean, the internet is a terrible fucking place, and it's never come up.
No,
it's never
I
come
think
up.
most of that is because she's. If you do a little background, she doesn't seem to be the nicest human being.
She seems really shitty.
She's been put forth by her parents, and they're using her to further their cause. And you know, whatever. And you know, she does have free will at some level, I would imagine. So that's fine. If you want to further your cause, that's great. But I think her parents are not great people, and I think that rubs off on a kid. So you know,
look at me.
I'm all about not killing the planet that we live on to some degree, but I also
I'm all for it. Just so everybody knows,
I also feel like there's not a whole lot that we can do to this planet that is going to make that much of a difference. Because if you don't think that Mother Nature's not gonna shake us off like fleas off a dog, you're crazy. Where did the dinosaurs go? Oh, that's right. Cataclysmic event. Boom.
Yeah, I mean,
new species takes over.
And we're dumb enough to do it to ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on the verge of it, like right now.
The one thing that we can do to this planet to end it all for humans is to have global thermonuclear war. And
would you like to play a game?
A lot of people are saying yes to that right now. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of unfortunate, but you know, I think that's the worst thing we can do to this planet. I don't think there's a whole lot. I mean, yes, I'm sure we've damaged it to some degree, but I don't think that there's enough we can do to fix what we've done. And I don't think there's enough that we can do that's going to ruin it anytime too soon.
I mean, listen, I got to tell you that I think part of the reason that as a society we are so meek and mild is the fact that they took lead out of gasoline. Lead made us stupid and violent. And that's how we won World War II, my friend. That's how we won World War II.
I'm just wondering when they're going to tell us we can start dressing like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
You don't need permission.
No,
you just fucking do it.
That's just a choice, Pete. I want to keep it out of the paint because I know a lot of people who aren't quite smart enough to not eat the paint chips. So let's keep the lead out of the paint for right now.
No, but we were pumping it right into the atmosphere. It was great. It was getting all over everybody.
Yeah, but it's not like
let's just put it in the Tide
Pod. Dude, when you're exposed to that much lead, dude, fucking paint, it's the difference. You know what I mean?
Because they were actually picking the lead paint chips off and chewing them up.
No, I know. I understand. I ate paint chips. I know what we're talking about, baby. They're delicious. They didn't taste so fucking good. I wouldn't have eaten them. Was that the last story, or we got one more?
No, we got one more. And it's a sad one. Apparently, Hooters is closing up because millennials aren't into boobs.
I sent another link that debunked that article.
Okay, let me check the next, because I did put them both out here. No,
it's not for nothing.
No, Hooters isn't rebranding because millennials aren't that into boobs. Are we sure? On Wednesday, a media outlet made a shocking claim about an iconic restaurant known for its chicken wings and scantily clad waitstaff. Hooters is shutting down and rebranding after a new study shows that millennials aren't that into boobs, according to Daily Loud. The tweet swiftly went viral, racking up tens of thousands of likes and thousands of retweets and comments. Hooters is shutting down and rebranding. Huh. So
it sounds like a fucking insult, though. Listen, let me tell you something, you fucking retweet.
There's
retweet.
There's just one problem. It isn't true. The Daily Loud's titillating tweet is nearly verbatim repetition of a headline from a 2018 article in French Toast. Hooters rebrands after a study suggests that millennials aren't that into boobs. is what the headline there read. The French toast story followed a 2017 story in an Insider, which noted that millennials' new attitude was forcing the restaurant to close some locations. This conclusion was based on part of a Pornhub study, which found that people aged 18 to 24 were 19% less likely to search for breasts on its site. Many people pointed out the Daily Loud was regurgitating old news. Others came up with ideas for ways that Hooters could more effectively reach this younger demographic. Rebrand it to Clappers, and they'll take over the market. And okay, thank you for that. Whatever site just fell apart on me.
What happened? I was working on technical shit.
Completely. I was in the middle of reading the article, and it
just disappeared on me.
And went to a terms of service.
Y'all are where Mercury is in retro is in Kool-Aid or something like that, right?
Dude, it's because I'm an asparagus.
So the fans of Hooters can rejoice that the news is inaccurate. There's no validity to this story. Guests are enjoying this week's televised sports events at our restaurants across the country and around the world in record numbers. Everybody that wanted to, like, I want to take my family out to dinner, but I want to stare at tits. They still have a place to go. That's right.
You know? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was it. That was really it. They said their concept is here to stay.
Thank gosh.
I mean,
gosh.
They do have
gosh.
As when it comes down to the labor, they do have some detestable practices, but whatever. It's what it takes to get that done. Disney calls all their employees cast members so that they can screw them. So it's just how that thing works.
Yeah.
You got to have an angle to make your buck.
That is. And it's a decent angle if they had good food. I've literally never been in a Hooters. No, I'm sorry. I went to a Hooters one time, but I didn't eat anything. I was just sitting there.
The food's not terrible. And the beer is cold.
It's not terrible food. And the eye candy is tasty.
It's all right.
I always get a kick out, like, when you drive through Port Richmond, there's a lot of like on bars, and the signs used to say the coldest beer in town.
Right.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Like,
how can you all have it?
How can you all have the coldest beer in town? Like, I don't understand. One of you has to have the coldest beer, and one of you has to have the second coldest beer. But nobody ever says the second coldest beer in town. I'm gonna do some research on this because I need to know.
For like 30 years.
Let's see how many bars you make it to.
For like 30 years on Union Street in Wilmington, Palace Pizza had a sign that said Palace Pizza, world's worst pizza.
Did it work? Did it get a lot of...
They were there for like 30 years.
They were for 30 years, so it did something right. That is, that's fascinating. Well, for those of you watching, if you're enjoying the program, thank you very much for checking us out. You can hear the rest of the show on what?
Spotify.
On Spot. You were pointing at your headphones.
Yeah, you listen.
Oh, yeah. You can listen to the rest of the show on Spotify. Just go follow the Media Virus podcast. We're there, and there's 112 episodes. Now, when we say that, you have to remember that starting somewhere around episode 30-ish, we started releasing the show into 3 parts.
There's a lot of content out there.
There's a lot of stuff. If you go, hey, this show is pretty good, I want to hear more of it.
Plenty.
There's plenty of it, and we release. You'll be able to hear A Block on Friday, B Block on Saturday, and C Block on Sunday. And in B Block, we are going to be talking about the predictions of Nostradamus in 2023. So that's going to be super fascinating. And I'm going to be able to make some really, really dark jokes. Oh, yeah. I'm sure B Block's going to be full of dark. dark joke. So yeah, check us out there. Thanks for joining us here. What am I missing? Mike, take it over.
All of that stuff you told them to go look for, they can find at themediavirus.com. That's themediavirus.com, just like it sounds, no spaces. You can call us at 1-646-VIRUS-01. Leave us a message or talk to us while we're on the air, because I do have the phone lines open. So if you want to call on the B block, give us about 10 minutes to get in there and give us a shout. And that, I think, is about it. So
All right. Well,
I'll do what I always do at this point. I'll say, hey, give us a call, check us out on the web, and we'll be back right after this.
Somebody just threw something at my house.
Huh?
I believe that was Jesus, and it was a lightning bolt.
And A block was tight.